Best pricing we've had, best savings we've had, and now you have a choice of our marine collagen peptides, or half the price are free-range collagen peptides, our grass-fed free-range collagen peptides.
Absolutely. Well, if you are new to HSN, of course, Andrew Lessman is here. We love it when he's here. He makes the world's finest vitamins. He does it in a way that no one else does. And if you are looking at a launching off point, if you really want to know where to put your toe in the water, there is no other one vitamin or one pill a day solution in the vitamin world that is like this. Absolutely nothing else in the world.
And it's also something that, unlike the typical brands, even something, this product contains lutein, zeaxanthin. It doesn't have as much lutein and zeaxanthin as my eye product, but the leading multivitamins, I think that one of them gives a little bit of lutein, a tiny bit, but we give a full 1,000 micrograms of lutein, 1,000 micrograms of lycopene, and 500 micrograms of zeaxanthin. Just those three carotenoids, if we eliminated them from this product, to give you a sense of why they're not in the leading brands, it would almost cut the cost of the product in half.
Oh, wow.
That just those three carotenoids are so expensive, which is why they're so glaringly absent from the leading brands. But this is a product, the 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate, a special form of folic acid for those of us, including me, that can't metabolize normal folic acid. About maybe as much as 2/3 of the population can't metabolize standard folic acid. So that special form, again, if we eliminated that, that would reduce the price of this probably by 1/3. And then our special form of B12, our special form of vitamin E. So when you look at this product and all these special ingredients, and at a high potency, literally a separate potency of vitamin D, 2,000 IU of vitamin D, to think that it ends up being, say, pennies a day. I think at less than 30 cents a day, you're getting all of those nutrients at those levels that you won't see in any of the leading brands. Plus, it's a small capsule. It's a little tiny capsule, a small capsule, easy to swallow. It's soft, so it gives way rather than your throat. And then it's an ultra-fine powder. So it's never going to upset your stomach like the leading hard brands that are made. Well, how do I say this nicely? They don't care about you. If they cared about you, why would they put artificial colors in their products? They kind of want to fool you. A tablet is harder to swallow. A tablet's more likely to cause stomach upset. When it comes to medications and things, people will say, we prefer a capsule. In fact, a lot of the tablets, they cover with gelatin to make them look like a capsule. Why not put an ultrafine powder, which is how these nutrients are delivered in the first place to a factory? Why not keep them in that natural powdered form, which ensures better solubility, better bioavailability, and it eliminates the risk of stomach upset? So it's very straightforward to do this, but unfortunately no one else tries to. And there isn't a multivitamin like this anywhere on the market.
Not even close. 4.7 star customer pick rating. Let me show you the value in just a couple of different ways. First of all, you just choose your size, 30, 60, 180, or 360, and holy moly. Again, great savings here, wonderful customer reviews. But just as a quick aside, this is just to show you just one of the ways that Andrew sets us apart. And of course, no additives, no binders, no fillers, made with the energy of the sun. Just the vitamin B product alone would be valued at $70. The vitamin D, you would be looking at around $65. The calcium, the vitamin C, and the magnesium. So just those 5 separate elements would be over $222. That doesn't factor in the lutein, the zeaxanthin, all the other things.
The lutein, lycopene, and zeaxanthin, those, if you put that on there, that would take it well over $300.
I would say probably.
So it's, as they often say, there's a chart I read from, I think it's from from some government agency where they recommend multivitamins because they're more affordable because they combine all of these different nutrients into a single capsule or single pill. And that's a perfect description of our product because you're getting all of these ingredients. And mind you, we don't add anything else. Other companies, they'll add colors and fillers and binders and flowing agents and lubricants because lubricants make the capsule close easier after you fill it. But we'd rather have a difficult time closing our capsules than subject you to a lubricant or additive. And the only reason we do that is because we make everything ourselves. Most of the vitamins you see on the internet, most of the vitamins you see in stores are not made by the company that's selling them. They're made by contract manufacturers who have no direct relationship with you. We make everything ourselves. So when I read your reviews, if they're not perfect, I take them very personally. And that's why we've, over the years, and our collagen peptides at midnight is a perfect example.
It's true.
That's a product that 15 years ago, the taste wasn't great. Solubility was good, taste wasn't great. We went back to work. It was a product that started averaging about 2 stars. Now it's over 4 stars, which is not easy to accomplish. But I pay attention to reviews. I take them personally because I want to have a product that performs perfectly when you get it home. And I think a multivitamin, typical multivitamins, don't have 95+% positive reviews.
Absolutely not. So that's why I say if you are new, of course, I promise, hopefully you'll stick around through this entire show because I know you're going to learn so much from Andrew. We all know knowledge is power. But remember, there is no other one pill or one vitamin, one pill a day solution in the vitamin category that can even go toe-to-toe with this. There is nothing else like it. Nothing.
Plus, our vitamin D at 2,000 IU. You could read the independent reviews on our vitamin D. You're getting the same vitamin D. Our vitamin B12, our methylcobalamin, a natural form of B12, 99% of the products you'll see in supermarkets or pharmacies are a synthetic form of B12, cyanocobalamin, that you actually liberate trace amounts of cyanide when you metabolize it. That's if you could even absorb it, because most B12 is absolutely not absorbable, not active when taking orally. Ours is protected, so it can benefit you when you swallow it orally, and we give you 250 micrograms. That's my separate B12. So just the separate B12 and the separate vitamin D, out of more than 24 ingredients, is an absolutely unique opportunity to enjoy a multivitamin. So it's the foundation of everything. By everything, I mean it's a foundation even of your diet. What defines a healthy diet? If it's nutritious. What does nutritious mean? It contains the key nutrients. And what are the key nutrients? They're micronutrients, vitamins and minerals. And that's what defines this product, vitamins and minerals.
Absolutely. But you know what? Everything has a 30-day return policy. When you read the reviews, and hopefully you take time to do that, they read like love letters. There is no repeating. There are no additives. There are no binders. There are no fillers. Made with the energy of the sun. So there's nothing but side benefits here. And you'll hear us talk about that a lot. But no kidding. If you have no idea where to put your toe in the water, we do that special purchase pricing. We do the 30-day return policy. We're doing free shipping on everything. That's for these little mini visits that Andrew does as a great way for you to give thanks to your health and the health of somebody that you love and care about. It's like that little 2-second insurance policy. And at this kind of savings, I mean, why not take advantage of it? Especially if you just consider, and what's so funny, because these are abbreviated presentations, of course, but even your vitamin B is different. Your vitamin D is different. There are so many stories to tell.
The B12, as I said, is unlike anything you're going to see in any typical store. The vitamin D as well. So just those 2 nutrients alone make a difference that you could see, a difference that you'll feel. But I just to summarize this one chart, despite the small size of the capsule, because there's no additives, we still give higher levels of D3, B1, B2, B5, B6, B12, selenium, vitamin C, lutein, lycopene, zeaxanthin, vitamin E, biotin, and chromium than any of the leading brands. We give 500 micrograms of biotin. You'll find those levels in some beauty products.
Right.
A typical multivitamin gives you 30 because it's so expensive. We give 17 times more. But I'm just going to read some quick reviews here. I just grabbed from the top of the stack there. It says, quality product. Andrew, I'm recovering from breast cancer, and so I truly appreciate you improving on an already outstanding product. I took my container to the doctor, and she was very impressed. This is my 2nd year on Essential One, and I'm convinced that between this and Ultimate Friendly Flora, I'm in better health today.
Nice.
That's great. Nothing in this world that beats him. Personally, I will never be without Andrew's products. I've been taking his supplements for 2 decades when he first appeared on QVC. That's 28 years ago.
Wow, that's wild.
And I was just back there.
I know.
There is nothing better than ProCaps Labs, absolutely nothing. I know about supplements. At one time in my life, I was asked to sell another brand and give feedback. I went off Andrew's for a short while. Big mistake. Back I went, and I will never even try another brand of supplements. We'll do one more. The best. I've been taking Andrew's vitamins for over 10 years. I admit to trying other brands because his can be more expensive, but I always came back to his because of the quality. I try to keep track of his HSN visits because you can get discounts and free shipping. We always have.
Absolutely.
Everything's
True.
on special pricing during a visit. Everything is free shipping. All products are made environmentally conscious. I highly recommend all of Andrew's products, from Roro in New Jersey.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great.
But see, that's just it. You really realize what a difference they make when you do maybe cheat on Andrew or run out. I mean,
I think it's a good opportunity. What I always say is nothing shows how unique and different our products are than learning about someone else's.
True.
And the more you know about their products, the more you'll appreciate the lengths I go to make our products different.
Absolutely. Yeah. I know a lot of you, now remember, this is a little variety show. We like to give you a little sprinkling of the monthly specials and some great opportunities.
This is a product